After a billion-dollar hailstorm hits an area, your focus should be on running your business, not on insurance claims. We have helped streamline the insurance process for hundreds of roofing contractors across the U.S., and we can do it for yours too. Visit us online at c3adjusters.com and learn how we can help save you time and get claims paid faster.
Good Monday morning / afternoon, everybody. I'm lead meteorologist John Choquet here for our Monday morning, 12 p.m. hail forecast, Monday lunchtime, whatever time it is, sponsored by C3 Group. Check them out in the video description below. Haven't talked to you guys in a couple days. This weekend was super quiet. Almost very little really went on. There was a couple sporadic hailstorms over the weekend, but nothing that was really warranting me doing a video from home. So I took the weekend to spend some time with the girlfriend and family and whatnot. And we're back at it again here today, thankfully with a little bit of more hail activity expected. Make sure you guys check us out on the app, or check out our app in general. If you're watching only on Facebook, your first time checking us out, we do have a mobile app both on Apple and on Android. Click on the lightning bulb lower right hand corner of the screen, so while you're doing work you can still watch that video and work at the same time without ever leaving the app. And if you want to see it in full screen, just click on it and hit rotate it to landscape mode. You can see it in full screen, where our previous camera had a little bit better color. I've had to do some weird coloration to make me look a little more pasty than usual with these videos here. Make sure notifications are set up as well. Go to notification options, notification settings. It's on your HailTrace account, and you can click on 1, 2, or 3 different options for what you want to get notified for, whether it's through the app, on your email, or on your desktop computer. You can customize it to whatever your business needs are, whether it's a city, couple cities, whole state, couple states, or the entire country. You can select whatever it is you want to select on here. And this is your forecast for today. We're out in the Mountain West and over in the Front Range. Looks like we're going to see some storms forming this afternoon after about 4 o'clock or so, especially in Wyoming and into Nebraska, South Dakota, and possibly even as far south as northern Colorado. It looks like 2% chance could see a storm or two form over by Fort Collins and Greeley. However, I really think the storms are going to more likely form up by Casper and then kind of arc their way through here. So they'll form by Casper, move south of Rapid City, go through the panhandle of Nebraska, possibly Scotts Bluff. I think that's the only town of really of any significance in that area, and then kind of arc down into sections of Colorado. And I think that's going to kind of miss a lot of major population centers today. So 10% chance for Casper, up to some tennis ball size hail is your biggest hail threat, hail size threat, but otherwise a pretty rural area, more of the same of what we've been seeing the past few days and few weeks really. And we also have a chance for some storms as well to form in the whatever highway belt this is in Idaho, where most of the population is. We could see a couple storms, possibly Idaho Falls, Twin Falls, etc. So it looks like we could see some storms there as well. Don asks, will we ever get any hail in Akron, Ohio again? It's been so long. Yes, Ohio has had quite the hail drought, and unfortunately I don't have any good news on this forecast video for you guys. This is what we have for future radar. Looks like, again, storms are going to form all across Wyoming and eventually kind of make that curve down into sections of Colorado and into Nebraska, but it looks like it might try to avoid a lot of population centers outside of maybe Casper, Scotts Bluff, Alliance, places like that. And some storms also in eastern sections of Idaho, where Idaho's quietly had a pretty good hail year this year. We've had a couple decent storms impacted that region. Moving forward to tomorrow, kind of more of the same, but shifting a little bit more into more favorable areas in terms of population centers. I think we could see some hail in Denver, points north. We could see some storms, possibly up to some 2-inch hail possible. And then these storms are going to form and kind of do another form and do a little arc to the south into Kansas, going into the overnight hours on Tuesday. So really it's going to come down to, will we see any storms along the Front Range or an outside chance we see a storm in Rapid City? Because otherwise, again, pretty rural areas, maybe North Platte even, but not a lot of people to impact with that 2-inch hail. Let me show the future radar here. Go to the other side. And you can see this is going into tomorrow. The leftovers from tonight, you can see storms forming over by Denver and then kind of moving their way through, and eventually another area to the east as well. So this really kind of focuses all that hail into the rural sections of the country. We either had no hail at all or hail in rural areas. People want oh man, first LeBron, no hail damage. What a season for that town. And people ask about Minneapolis, St. Paul. Surprisingly, you guys have managed to skirt away from a couple risks. And here we'll talk about this 5-day forecast that C3 Group also sponsors, where it looks like we could have some hail try to get in that area again. But again, it's just, we haven't seemed to have any favorable setup since the end of June, and it's really kind of slowing things down quite a bit. And then the way the pattern might shape up, we might actually have not that favorable of a hurricane season for the next month or so as well. So Monday, Tuesday, you see here 5% chance of seeing 3-star maps, just because it is in a little bit more population, moderate population on Tuesday, with the Front Range being at risk. Hail upwards of 2 inches in diameter. And Wednesday, low population area. Looks like we low only because I'll show you guys when I show you the map. Omaha isn't that risk, but I think the majority of the hail producing storms are going to be north and west of Omaha. By the time it gets to Omaha, it might be pretty low on the hail end. So fortunately, low population. Thursday, kind of more of the same, low population, hail up to 2 inches in diameter. And then you get to the end of the week and things are looking quiet across the United States. Across on Friday, and somebody asked about, so are storms in Canada then? I think we did make a storm in Alberta that happened on Friday evening. So there are some storms. It's been pretty quiet in Canada as well. So it's just been kind of the theme of 2018, I guess you could say. Looking ahead, this is that area of concern I mentioned on Wednesday. I think majority of the storms are going to form between Pierre and the South Dakota-Nebraska border, and they're going to move their way to the south and to the east. So it's really going to be down to, can these storms stay isolated and keep themselves going all the way towards Omaha. When is Kansas City going to get that big storm potential you guys talked about? It is hard to say, unfortunately. Looks like we are we're at that time of year now where the risks for Kansas City are starting to kind of go up a little further to the north. The big issue is just those big risks that haven't really come. They did come, and they ended up impacting just basically Denver. So you might have to kind of put your eggs into the fall season basket, which is notoriously hard to predict. But anyway, moving forward to Thursday, area concern just to the west of Minneapolis, and then here in rural sections of Nebraska and Kansas. It's your Thursday risk, and then Friday I have low hail risk across the country. But if there is inevitably a risk introduced on Friday, it would probably be somewhere here along the Ohio River Valley. When does fall season start? Probably September. So you're going to have to sit through the rest of July and August. Unless things continue to be very hot and boring, then that's just kind of how it goes. Fall is a little harder to predict. It's a much shorter season, and it's all or nothing. You either get something or you don't. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at for the next 5 days, everybody. Go ahead and follow our posts on Facebook. Like us on Facebook if you haven't already, or if you're watching us on Periscope, YouTube, or on the app. Go on the Hail Trace page, hit follow, hit see first. Don't miss any of the posts that we have. I think we just did a post a second ago of Brandon going and checking out roofs for himself. Instead of just selling hail maps, he is going out there and doing checking out what you guys do as well, just to get a little more of a taste of what the roofing industry has to offer. You can also call us, email us, or visit our website, hailtrace.com, message us on intercom, and all those ways all those ways you can get in touch with us if any comments, questions, or concerns you may have, or any inquiries you have about Hail Trace. We do more than just hailstorms. We also cover stuff with hurricanes and possibly some big windstorms, depending on how intense they are. So we have year-round weather things to cover. So have a great rest of your Monday, everybody. I'll talk to you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. with hopefully some good news of some hailstorms that might happen or have happened, and I'll see you again tomorrow, 12 p.m. right here on wherever you're watching us from. Have a great rest of your Monday.